Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video I am ecstatic to do because I am going to be doing a full face of makeup I regret buying. It's gonna be great. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, welcome to today's video. So I always start off my videos with an outfit of the day. Usually if I'm doing like get ready with me videos, I'm pretty chill. Have on some Amazon slides, some gray sweatpants from Target, and then my orange crush shirt, also from Target. Target's clothing section, just like, it's a dangerous place for me. I know a lot of people are like, the beauty section is so dangerous. I'm like, don't let me go down the clothes aisle. I buy all their sweatpants, their shorts, like their basic tees. I love their graphic tees. I love it all. So I saw this orange crush shirt and I was like, I'm gonna buy that. Like I said, today we have a full face of makeup I regret buying. So recently on my channel, I've been talking about how I am trying to focus on products I already have in my collection. I'm buying so much new makeup right now, so I had a list of video ideas and I've just been kind of working through them instead of just doing a trying new makeup. Usually my Friday videos, I try to have some sort of like get ready with me, testing out makeup, that sort of thing. So I thought today was the day to do full face of makeup I regret buying. Some of these I regret buying because I just don't use them. Some I regret buying because I don't think they're a good product. Some I regret buying because I just feel like I wasted money. So kind of a variety of products, and obviously I will list my reasons as we go throughout. If you're new to my channel, I hope that you will subscribe. I post videos every single day on YouTube, mostly beauty videos. I also do book, fashion, lifestyle, around the home, vlogs, a little bit of everything over here. But let me get you zoomed in so we can start off with a primer from one of my favorite brands. So definitely one of my favorite brands, especially for eyeshadow palettes, is Miss Natasha Denona. So a few months ago, I also purchased her primer. This is the Hygen Skin Glass Energizing and Hydrating Primer Serum. Now, it's fine. Like, I feel like it makes my skin glowy, but honestly, I kind of bought it on a whim. You have this dropper form here. I kind of bought it on a whim. I was in Sephora and I was like, oh, that looks nice. You know, you go into Sephora and they're like, here's the new and beauty section. And I'm like, should I buy it all? Should I just buy this entire case? Like, that's how I felt. Again, kind of bought it on a whim and it's fine. It's pretty, but to me, it's a very expensive product. I also feel like for most primers, I wear them typically with all of my makeup. I really do. But to me, it's not like a make or break product. And I have primers that I really enjoy from e.l.f. Like their gripping primer is really good. The putty primer is really good. So I believe this primer was $46 from Natasha Denona. And I'm like, I really like barely reach for it. Like a little bit in the summer, and I think it was just because I was trying to get more use out of it. I would do this and then just like some concealer and powder to kind of give like that glowy look. But it's like, again, it's fine. It's not like it's the worst product I've ever used. It's more of just like the money thing for me. Like, again, I could have been happy with my e.l.f. and primers just like don't rev my engine. You know what I'm saying? For foundation, I feel like I had a lot that I could have chose from. Foundations is going to be the next one in my ranking series. So I've been working on that one because I have quite a few foundations, and honestly, like quite a few I don't love, but part of being a YouTuber is I buy a lot of makeup and I also test out a lot of makeup that I receive in PR. And I don't know, something about this one from Lancome. This was the Tint Idole Ultra Wear Care and Glow. I purchased this from Sephora, again, a few months ago, right around the time that it just released. And I was excited about it because I really enjoyed the original Tint Idole. That was one of my first, like, really favorite foundations. Had two shades in it, had like my summer shade and my winter shade. Like, loved that foundation and recommended it for so many years. So when I saw this and I saw that it was supposed to be more of a glowy foundation versus the more mattifying, I was like, that's what I'm into right now. I have dry skin, so I was like, this is gonna be great for me. And nope, I don't love it. I'm just gonna add a few pumps to a damp sponge here, but for me, on my dry skin, I just didn't find it to be very glowy. Quite honestly, I thought this was one where I first applied it and I did it for a YouTube video. I was like, this is really pretty. I think I'm really going to like this. Like, I was very excited about it. I thought it went on well. I thought it blended well. I thought it looked a little bit more on the natural side. But within a couple of hours, I started noticing that it just looked very dry on me. And honestly, to me, it looked a little bit more on the matte side, which confused me because I was like, isn't this supposed to be a more glowy foundation? What is going on here? I don't love the fragrance on this. I feel like it's very overwhelming. But in all, I just don't think that it wore well. And I feel like once it kind of like settled into my skin, it just kind of aged me. And to be honest, I mentioned in one of my last videos, I think it might have been a Will I Buy It, where I mentioned that I'm just not really loving wearing foundation these days. I don't know what it is. I feel like my skin looks so much better when I do a concealer and a powder, or like a really, really light coverage CC cream tinted moisturizer situation. But anything that's more heavy, kind of like how this Lancome one is too, I'm just not loving. And I feel like within a few hours, I don't like the way that my skin looks. So I very rarely have been reaching for foundation. Again, this is one, just first applying it, I think that it looks really pretty. I think that it looks really nice. And then in a few hours, it betrays me. And I'm like, can you imagine anything ruder? Concealer, I don't know if I feel like I had a ton to choose from, but I had a couple in front of me. But I ended up going with the KVD Good Apple. This is one, I bought it a while ago. I have the shade Light 109, and it's one that I just thought was more heavy. It just feels a little bit more thicker on the under eyes. And I don't think it's like the worst concealer. I had to try it a few times before I was like, okay, like, that looks nice, but it's not one of those that I'm like, oh, that really does a lot for me. I do feel like the shade is also a bit too light, so that's always a bummer. So I'm just gonna put a little bit under my under eyes like I'm a football player right now. And compared to some of my favorite concealers and the ones that I always go back to, I do not touch this one from KVD Beauty. So obviously that's a disappointment because, again, more of a high-end brand. So it's like, well, okay, should I like add up the cost of everything on my face? Oh, that's gonna suck. Stay tuned to the end. We're gonna add up everything and see how much money I regret buying. But do you see my under eyes? I feel like even now, that's just like not cute. It's just not cute. No. Let's keep going. I'm just really glad that I'm filming this video on a night where I have plans. I wasn't thinking this one through, but I'm filming this on Thursday, so I want this video to go up on Friday, but usually me and my friends get together to watch Thursday Night Football, and it's one of my friends' birthdays. I did just use the Charlotte Tilbury powder on my under eyes because I am gonna do a different powder that I really regret buying for the rest of my face, but that powder is not necessarily suited for the under eyes, so I just did that real quick and to try to make them look a little bit better. But for the powder, this is just a product that kind of confused me. I don't know. This is the Makeup by Mario. It's the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Perfector. I have the shade Medium. This is the one that's supposed to be like a bronzer, a setting powder, and a highlighter all in one. And it's just like, just give me a powder. I don't know. And to me, the highlighter, which is in the middle, just really like overtakes everything. So I feel like I have to be so careful when I use this product, but I always kind of end up looking either like a Tin Man, or I feel like it just accentuates all of my pores and is like, hey, there they are. Not my favorite, but we're gonna apply it anyways. Why not? So I'm just gonna take my brush, and what I try to do is like swirl the outside, because that highlight I feel just like really kind of, it's not cute, man. So then I'm just going to apply that onto my skin. I feel like my forehead almost always comes out just looking highlighted, but also like I feel like scaly at the same time. I don't know. This is a product that I want it so badly to enjoy. I bought the other product at the same time, the more of like the cream bronzer, and it's like I appreciate what Makeup by Mario was doing with this launch. Like he used different names for a cream bronzer. What was it called? The enhancer, the skin enhancer. And it's like, it's a cream bronzer, but like I appreciate like trying to be more innovative. But do you see it? Like now I feel like I just have this like weird stripe of highlight on my forehead. And like, can you see? It's like, hey, Poles, there you are. We were worried about you. I'm not sure why my pores are British. That's a new development that has happened, but it's just not cute. It's just not cute. All right, so this is going swimmingly. My confidence is super high. So let's move over to bronzer. I had a few bronzers I feel like I could choose from, but I wanted to pull this one out, and then I felt bad because now I feel like I'm kind of bagging on this brand because I also have a blush from them, but it is what it is. This is from Glowish. This is the Huda Beauty line, and this is the Soft Radiance Bronzing Powder. I don't know. Again, kind of purchased it a little bit on the whim. I was like, it's so pretty though. Like, look at this pretty bronzer. I'll say when I bought it, I was more into cream bronzers at the time, but I was like, you know what? This looks fun. Let's just go ahead and try it out. And it's one of those that I don't think it's a terrible product. It's not my favorite bronzer. I don't feel like it does a lot. And it just sits in my collection. I like honestly can't tell you the last time that I used this. So that's fun. I feel like I'm remembering that I didn't love the coloring. Like I feel like the shade is like too orangish on me. And I also just feel like I have to build it up so much to like get anything happening. It was funny, I was putting the two Huda Beauty products back to back because I've been loving the Empowered palette, okay? I just did a beauty battle recently and I did Natasha Denona versus Huda Beauty. I mean, I thought for sure that I was gonna be telling you that the Natasha Denona was more worth it, but I have just really taken to the Empowered palette. I think that it's beautiful. These complexion products, this one and the blush I'm about to use, it's just like, can you even like see anything? I feel like nothing's happening to my skin. I want more bronzer. I don't know. I feel like that's the best we're gonna get. And for blush, also from Huda Beauty, obviously, this is one of the Cheeky Tint blush sticks, and this is in Batty Berry. Did this win one of the Allure Awards? And I was like, really? It's fine. And it like looks pretty for like the 2 seconds that it lasts on your skin, but it just like, where does it go? I don't know. Back home to England with your pores, I guess. I have no idea. I'm just gonna pop a little bit on. Sometimes with like cream or liquid products, I like to pick up from like my hand, a sponge. But this is fairly simple to blend out because it kind of just like blends away. So it's fine. I'm just taking my sponge and going to blend that in. I bought this and I bought this particular shade because I don't have a lot of blushes in this more berry color. And I was like, oh yeah, look at you go, girl. And then I was like, oh, I'm really never gonna wear this, am I? For brows, I don't have a lot of options. I don't tend to purchase outside of like my favorite brow products. I usually just repurchase them. But I'm just gonna use this one. It's from the Give Beauty brand. It's the Hella On Point brow pencil. Bought this fairly recently. I think that it's fine. Like, I don't know if I want to say I necessarily regret buying this one, but I feel like it was like the closest thing that I could put in this video. It just takes me a little bit longer to do my brows because it is such a fine pencil, which I like. I have a lot of really fine brow pencils that I enjoy, but something about this one, I just feel like it takes a little bit too long for me to do. And my brows, I feel like I never have been like, that's it. Like, that's the look. How I get with like my Benefit. I have my Arches and Halos in front of me right here. I really like the new Lawless brow pencil. Like this one, I don't know. It's just fine for me. So I'm just going to quickly fill these in. Well, as quickly as I can. I have the shade 2, which I also think is a little too light for me. I ideally wanted, I believe it was 3, but in store they only had 2 and 4. And I was like, well, I'll try 2. So I feel like that could kind of play into it as well. But again, it's not like the worst brow product I've ever used. I just don't have like a ton of options for this video. Also, on my Seattle trip, I came so close to doing the Anastasia like brow bar. I can't remember if I was in like a Nordstrom or something. I went to a mall and I was walking through and I was like, I have always wanted to do that. But they had someone in there and they seemed kind of busy and I was like, oh. But I still really want to do something with my brows. I don't know what though. Just like a shaping. I just feel like a nice shaping would be, I was gonna say like a present for me, but like what? A present for what, Samantha? Surviving, not thriving? I don't know. Right, I don't know. This is the best I could do. I don't think it looks bad. It's just, I feel like it's just not my favorite. But like, I'll still use it, especially on days where it's just like, you know, whatevs. I'll grab for it. So let's move over to eyeshadow. Okay, so this is the one that I chose out. Honestly, I kind of surprised myself. I'm looking at my eyeshadow palette collection with so many eyeshadow palettes, and I'm like, no, I like this one. I love this one. I like this one. This is a good one. I don't regret buying this one or that one. I was like, oh. Why is this so hard to pick out an eyeshadow palette? I don't know what it is, but I feel like my eyeshadow collection, it's like, do I need everything that's in my collection right now? No, not even a little bit. But there's not a lot in there that I'm like, I have deep regrets about this one. So today we are going to use from Pat McGrath, and this is the Bridgerton palette. This was the first one, the Diamond of the First Water. Yes, Diamond of the First Water. This was a very expensive palette. I want to remind myself how much it was just for funsies. Okay, so $65. Yeah, that's good. I'm really glad that I reminded myself of that. So it came with 6 shades. I don't love the Pat McGrath eyeshadow formula. There's just others that I enjoy more, but unfortunately with this one too, I had a really bad eye reaction to these 2 shades right here. And that's me. Not everybody has eye reactions to Pat palettes. Not everybody has eye reactions to, like, I've had them in like e.l.f. palettes before. Like it just happens from time to time. But unfortunately for me, that means buying a $65 eyeshadow palette that didn't necessarily blow me away, that now it turned out into more of a quad for me. I mean, we got some regrets going on in that situation, okay? But what was kind of interesting to me about this video, some of these products are from brands that I really enjoy. Like, I still have more Natasha Denona coming up. Like I mentioned, like the Huda Beauty by Mario has some products that I really enjoy. I just really don't like that Perfector. So it is what it is. You can't win them all, but I'm pretty limited with this palette. But I haven't played with like this blue all that often. I don't think I've done it on camera. So I figured, you know, let's do that today. So I'm gonna do something what I think is gonna be pretty simple. I'm gonna take the more like matte brown shade, and this is a Rephr 15. And I'm just gonna kind of put this all over my lid, like in my crease, just kind of blend it everywhere. And we're gonna top with that blue shade. And I am going to use my finger to grab the more like duochrome shade and pop this onto my lid. I don't go for blues all that often, though I did do a blue look with one of the new Essence palettes. It was in my Will I Buy It video, and I thought it was a really cool look, and I got so many compliments on it, so thank you so much. It was super easy to do. The tutorial is on my Instagram and also my TikTok. Super easy to do, and I thought it was really fun looking. But this is a look that I've done before, just something really simple and easy, and I felt like these 2 shades go well together because of that. Duochrome has a little bit more of almost like that purplish shift, kind of how the matte shadow is. So I think that they pair well together. So just real simple, just popping this on with my finger. I do get some fallout with that shade, which using a brush could help, like a glitter glue, things like that. All of that is things that can help with fallout, but to me, it's nothing that's like super extreme. Sometimes with palettes that have a little bit more fallout like this, or a little bit more of like, it almost just feels like a little bit more of a chunkier shadow. Sometimes that can cause me eye irritation as well. It just is what it is. So I'm a little bit worried since the matte shade has a little bit of that like red tone to it. It's a little bit purple. A little bit worried, might have a little bit of like itchy eyes by the end of the day, but nothing where I think it'll be so bad as like those really red and pinky tones. Those are the ones when I've worn those that my eyes were so just like swollen, irritated. Literally, I like pull like goop out of my eyes. It's very disgusting. I just added some black liner to my waterline and also tightline. I'm just gonna take the brush and just like very lightly go under the lower lash line. I'm not even picking up any more product. I thought about doing just a blank lower lash line since I struggle with the sensitivity with some of these shadows, but I just wanna do like a little bit of something down here. Personally, don't enjoy waking up with swollen eyelids, but like maybe you do. To each their own. Some people like math. Some people are accountants for a living. It's mind-boggling to me. Try to get away the fallout the best that I could. We can see there's a little bit on here, but yeah, that's fine. We're sparkling. We're sparkling in this video. It's great. So I grabbed out both a mascara and lashes, and I was just gonna kind of feel like what it was that I wanted to do. I think I'm gonna end up doing mascara just because I just have very sensitive eyes. So sometimes lashes can bother me, and I just don't want to do an eyeshadow that's probably gonna bother me with lashes that could bother me. It just all seems bad. But the lashes I grabbed out were these ones from Velour, and these are the magnetic lashes. Now, I grabbed these because it's like, I don't necessarily regret buying them, but I mentioned buying false lashes in my makeup backups video, and some of the backups that I have that it's like, why did I purchase those? I talked about the mindset when it comes to sales and that sort of thing, and just like why I'm not trying to purchase as many backups right now. And I got sent a pair from Velour of the magnetic lashes with like a kit, and I liked it so much, and I was like, this is great. And so I bought another set, and it's like, I really didn't need to do that because I also have a lot of other false lashes in my collection. I don't wear false lashes on any sort of a regular basis. And like these you can reuse and reuse and reuse and reuse. So like now they're just kind of sitting here. So like that's kind of why I regret buying them. So I wanted to put them in that way, but that's not what I'm gonna use. I am gonna use a mascara. If you've been by my channel for a hot minute, you might know what I'm going to say. The MacStack. This was so disappointing. This was going viral on TikTok. So many people were like, you need this right now. I was driving all over Las Vegas trying to find this, calling Ultas, do you have it? Being told yes, getting there, they don't have it. It was a whole debacle. And then I finally get it, and I was like, this is just one of the worst mascaras. It transfers on me so quickly. And even when I put it on, like, I don't think it makes my lashes do anything super extreme or like beautiful or glamorous. There's other mascaras that I like so much more. Rare Beauty, the Milani, Flawless. Wore that one the other day. I got played with the MacStack. Mascara is one of those that like when I know I don't enjoy it, I'm like, oh great, because especially like I'm gonna be around people, I just know I'm gonna have mascara all over my face. So I'm trying to like very lightly add this one to my lashes. I feel like it gets really clumpy too. I don't know what this is doing. Okay, well, there we go. Fine, like I really am trying to make this look nice. I feel like my base makeup, I really don't like. I mean, obviously, because that's the point of this video. And it's like, if your base makeup is bad, I like really want my eyes to turn out okay. So it's like, I want this to look pretty, but also another thing too is just how quickly it transfers on me, because that's why I don't always love doing first impressions, because you can put something on, even like the Lancome foundation, like I said, I put it on, I was like, wow, this is really pretty. And then within like an hour, I'm like, oh, this is not so good. So sometimes it doesn't matter what it looks like when you first put it on. Like I think about longevity as well, which I'm sure a lot of you do too. Like you're going into the office, going into work, going into school, going to just be with your family, friends, hang out, have a night out. Like you want your makeup to last. You don't want it to just look good the moment you put it on. So mascara's on. It's just one of those, like I have trust issues with it, and I just prefer to use my favorite mascaras more because I just know they're not gonna do me dirty. All right, so we have made it through eyes and we have come to lips. All right. Lip liners, I feel like I didn't have a ton of lip liners to choose from. I grabbed out this one from Kosas. I was planning to use this one. It's just more of a dry formula. I don't love it, but then I also saw this one from Makeup by Mario, which honestly I kind of forgot that I had purchased. So that was like, oh, okay, well then I'm gonna put that one in there because again, I bought it and then it's just sitting there not doing anything. So you have a brush on one side, this little brush right here. Okay, that's fine. I have the shade Danielle. Yeah, it says Danielle on here, but I think online it says Danielle. So I don't know. But it's like, it's one of those that was like, it's a fine lip liner. Again, like it's fine. Lip liner is one of those categories that I love, and I wear a lip liner every single day. And I have my favorites I go back to over and over and over and over again. So Makeup by Mario just is like not one of those. So I just don't reach for it. So again, it just kind of feels like a waste of money. Lip liner is on. So it's this nice pink shade. Here is the cap. And then for my lipstick, like I said, I have Natasha Denona in here again. I was really sad about this lipstick right here. This is one of the I Need a Rose lipstick, and it's in the shade Daphne. So I have purchased from the I Need a Nude collection from Natasha Denona, and I loved it. I love that lipstick. I still wear it all the time. I have, what is it, Noah? It's the shade that I have. Love it. I think it's great. So when she came out with these, I was like, ooh, I'm so excited about it, and I really like these shades. I bought a lip liner. I bought this lipstick. This lipstick is definitely so much drier than the original, and like the shade's fine, but it just it's a more uncomfortable formula. It feels more drying on the lips. I feel like I need to use like a balm or a gloss when I wear it. So again, I have so many favorite lipsticks, including one from Natasha, that I just don't reach for this one. So it just sits there collecting dust. I think these colors are gonna go well together. Even just like trying to apply it is so dry. It's just like, I don't know. Like shade pretty, it goes with the lip liner, so that's good, but like, I just know it's gonna be so uncomfortable. This is one that I'm probably going to like wipe off before I think we get food tonight. Oh, I enjoy when we have our football nights now, which typically we do for Thursday night football at the complex, where they provide us food that's included in our rent, because it's usually like pizza and boneless wings, and I'm like, but after that, that is going to do it. This is my full face of makeup I regret buying. What do we think? How are we feeling? I tried really hard. Again, right now, I don't feel like it looks absolutely terrible, but I know in a few hours I'm gonna hate the foundation. I know the mascara is gonna be all over my face. My eyes might be swollen. My lips are going to be dry. I feel like I have like no bronzer on, no blush. Like where's everything going? I still feel like I have a weird Tin Man moment happening like on my forehead. My pores are pretty large. It's not gonna be a favorite for me, but I hope it at least made for an enjoyable video. Cheerio, editing Samantha. I realized before I do my closing, I forgot to add up everything on my face. So I just finished filming another video. I started editing this one and I was like, oh wait, we need to do that. So let me run through the prices really quick because I thought this was gonna be an interesting part of the video. The Natasha Primer, $48. The Lancome Foundation, $47. The KVD Concealer, $28. Makeup by Mario Perfector, $34. The Glowish Bronzer, $31. The Huda Beauty Blush, $25. The Pat McGrath Eyeshadow Palette, $65. MAC Mascara, $28. The Mario Lip Liner, $24. The Natasha Lipstick, $27. And the Give Beauty Brow, $24. That gives us a total of $381 that is on my face that I regret. What could I do with $400? Well, in this economy, no, I'm just kidding. But that's eye-opening. $400 of just one makeup look that I did. This is what I've been talking about with wanting to be more mindful with my purchases, because this is just $400 right here. I mean, to me, that's a lot. To me, that's a lot. So I really wanted to come back and do this. I'm also on my vlog camera, so settings might look a little bit different. Full face of makeup I regret buying. $400 worth. Cheerio. I hope you had fun sitting down and seeing me get ready with these products. I would love to know, what have you purchased recently that you are regretting buying? Please do let me know. As always though, if you enjoyed this one, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. I hope you also consider subscribing before you go, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.